The world is no longer what it used to be. A mysterious and deadly virus has swept across the globe, turning humans into zombie-like creatures. These aren't your typical zombies. The virus takes about 48 hours to take full effect. In the midst of this terrifying pandemic, the focus narrows down to one man, Andy, a husband and father desperately trying to protect what's left of his family. As the story opens, we find Andy navigating a small boat slowly down a desolate river with his wife, Kay, and their infant daughter, Rosie. The river is eerily quiet, the surroundings haunting. This isn't just a scenic trip, it's a voyage of survival. Along the way, Andy notices a family on the riverbank. He tries to make contact, hoping for help or guidance. But the family is terrified. They don't want anyone near them. This chilling response reminds Andy that the world is no longer safe, and even fellow humans can't be trusted. The virus has altered not only bodies but minds, creating a reality where fear and mistrust govern every interaction. Andy and Kay continue their journey, but Kay grows increasingly anxious. Their food supplies are dwindling, and their baby's needs are constant. Kay fears for Rosie, and her maternal instincts scream louder with every passing hour. In search of supplies, Andy ventures into an abandoned houseboat. There, he discovers a stash of food and essentials, a glimmer of hope. However, he is bitten by something in the murky water, something unseen and unknown. He brushes it off initially, more concerned about bringing the supplies back to his family. When Kay learns about the incident, she's relieved about the food but senses something off. Andy tries to hide his injury, unsure of what it means. Kay decides to re-enter the wreck to find more necessities. But tragedy strikes, something drags her inside. Andy manages to pull her out, but she's severely injured. In his heart, he fears the worst, infection. Kay insists she wasn't bitten, only scratched. But Andy is skeptical. He knows how quickly things can change. Yet, he refuses to abandon her. They leave the river and continue the journey on land. Andy steals a vehicle to drive toward what he hopes is safety. During this part of the trip, Kay's condition worsens. She becomes aggressive, unpredictable, early signs of the infection. During a violent episode, she screams at Andy, telling him to save their daughter at any cost. Soon after, the vehicle crashes in a horrifying accident. Kay is impaled and fatally wounded. As she nears death, Kay uses her remaining strength to ensure their baby is secured in the back of the vehicle. Before dying, she bites Andy on the hand. It's not out of rage but intention. She knows that in a few hours, he will be one of them. She does this so he can carry Rosie even after he turns, allowing him to protect her one last time. Andy is now racing against time, 48 hours to find someone who can take care of his daughter before he loses himself. As Andy walks across the harsh, unforgiving landscape of Australia, he meets Thumi, a young Aboriginal girl who believes Andy has harmed her father. In truth, her father has already turned, but Thumi can't accept it. She's trying to keep him hidden from her tribe, who would kill him immediately. Thumi guides Andy to a woman who treats his wounds and allows them to rest. However, they are soon interrupted by members of Thumi's tribe who arrive to perform a burial ritual for her now zombified father. Thumi is devastated, but it becomes a turning point. She begins to understand that clinging to the past can be fatal in this new world. Andy's time is running out. His seizures grow more frequent, and the infection spreads faster. At one point, he loses consciousness, and when he awakens, Rosie is gone. He panics until he finds Thumi cradling the baby. She has taken it upon herself to help Andy finish his mission. The unlikely trio sets off toward a location Andy remembers seeing earlier, a family near the river who might be able to take Rosie in. When they arrive, Andy finds the father of that family infected. The man points a gun at Andy and tells him that their supplies were looted and his family is doomed. He offers Andy a grim solution: use the last 2 bullets on himself and his daughter. Andy refuses. He will not give up. Gunshots echo. The infected man has killed his family and then himself. Andy finds a backpack left behind, filled with supplies. As Thumi explores the camp, she discovers a photograph, the same one Andy was given earlier, a photo of her with her father. It confirms that Andy is trustworthy. Her faith in him strengthens. Now near the end of his transformation, Andy uses a clever strategy. He ties himself to a cart with meat hanging in front of him so that even as a zombie, his instinct will lead Rosie to safety. Thumi walks beside him, guiding him to her tribe. Along the way, they are attacked, but Andy, even in his zombified state, protects Rosie until the very end. When they finally arrive, the tribe's warriors kill Andy with respect, understanding his sacrifice. He is given a funeral similar to the one they gave Thumi's father. In the closing scenes, Rosie is taken in by the tribe, cradled safely in the arms of people who understand the value of life, loss, and ritual. On her belly, written in sacred ochre, are the words, "Thank you,